Hello, students. This is a continuation of 7.3, Solving Compound Inequalities, Part 2. This is page 124 in the yellow packet. It says examples of compound inequalities and the solutions. Conjunctions are always and compound inequality. Create two inequalities and then solve. Give solutions as graphs, inequality notation, and interval notation. Okay. So they have one example there, and it says negative 18 is less than negative 2 minus 4n is less than or equal to 2, right here. And what you do is you break it up into two different equations. The middle part goes with this one, and the middle part also goes with this one. So we have this, and then you solve for each one of them, and then it becomes this interval here. Now, I will go ahead and do this one to show step by step how to do each of this here. It also shows you on the other page, page 123 at the bottom, gives you, I thought there was another page that gave you step-by-step instructions on how to solve. Anyway, we'll just go ahead and continue here. We make two equations. One, it'll be cut off there. So I put negative 14 is less than negative 6 plus a. We cut it off right there. Then we solve with that. Then the second one, we're going to stop right here, and we say that negative 6 plus a is less than or equal to negative 7. And then we solve. So it'll be like two different equations, and then we'll put them together towards the end. Okay, so to solve for a, we're going to go plus 6 here, plus 6 here. Then we say a, leave the sign the same, negative 14 plus 6 is negative 8. Now, we don't like to leave the variable on the right side, so I'm going to flip it over here. And when I move the variable to that side, I also have to change the direction of my inequality sign. So x is greater than negative 8. I always ask myself too, did I multiply or divide by a negative number? If I didn't, then I don't switch my sign. So 3 times you switch your signs. If you move the variable from one side to the other, which I did here at the end, or if you multiply by a negative number or divide by a negative number. Okay, so x is greater than negative 8. That's part of our answer. Now I'm going to solve for a here. I'm going to add 6, and a is less than or equal to negative 1. Okay, so then I can put these together, put this as an and, a is less than or equal to negative 1. So if it's greater than negative 8, here's my number line, negative 8. Okay, less ink here means this is going to be an open dot, all the way up to negative 1. This is or equal to, so that'll be a closed dot at negative 1. And then we have 0 right here. Should put 0 a little bit closer there. Then it'll be shaded in between. So a is greater than negative 8 and a is less than negative 1. Okay? And we're done. Oh, we need to do the interval. So does it include negative 8? And the answer is no. So it's going to be parentheses. Then I go up to negative 1. Does it include negative 1? Yes, so it's going to be a bracket. So we have this as your answer, the number line there, and then right up here as your answer. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and go on to number 6. And again, I'm going to break right there and put negative 18 is less than 10 plus 7n. Then I'm going to start with 10 plus 7n over here is less than or equal to negative 4. So I'm going to have two different equations right there. Okay. Now I want to go ahead and solve. So I can say I'm solving for n. I'm going to go minus 10, negative 20. Whoa, that's not a negative 28. I don't switch a sign. I didn't multiply or divide by a negative number. And I double check and see that that's a positive. So I leave that 7 in. Then I divide by 7. Okay, even though the top number was negative, the bottom number was not. So I did not divide by a negative, so I keep it the same direction. However, I see the variables on the right side. I want it on the left. So I'm going to move it to the left, and when I do that, I have to switch the direction of the sign. So that's part of my answer. And then when I finish the other part, I will get an and right there, and we'll finish that over there. Okay, then we're going to go solve for it on the second equation, minus 10. This is positive. 7n less than or equal to negative 14. So n is greater than negative 4, and n is less than or equal to negative 2. So I'll do my number line first. Negative 4, negative 3, negative 2. Greater than negative 4, it's not or equal to, so it's an open dot. Negative 2 less than or equal to negative 2, that's a solid dot. And shaded in between. Okay? All right, you can get the rest of this, students. You rock.